Mayor Bloomberg is expressing his support to Israel in the airstrikes against Gaza.
He just returned from Israel and is scheduled for a number of events to discuss the conflict.
The violence will...
Let me get this straight. New York City's going bankrupt. Next year we're going to have a $14 billion or something, a heavy-ass debt because of all the money we owe. All the money we owe. I don't know where we were building new Yankee Stadium, throwing money on building a new Twin Towers, all this shit. None of this bankruptcy came up until George Bush grabbed that $750 million and made it for the fucking Arab coast.
Will be the main topic at the United Nations today. Our James Ford is live at the UN headquarters in Midtown, where world leaders will work to try and solve this crisis. Good morning, James.
Well, it is a conflict with international repercussions, but it all comes to a head in a lot of ways here in New York. The United Nations, of course, is headquartered here, and at 11 o'clock this morning, the foreign ministers from...
I don't understand what the international crisis is. As far as I remember, the Jews have been fighting the Palestinians since the beginning of goddamn time. The Jews have been fighting every Arab nation out there since the creation of Israel. And guess what? They're still there, we're still here, so what's the international crisis?
A number of Arab countries will meet here with the UN Secretary General calling for an end to this conflict. Also, about a half hour from now, the mayor will take to the airwaves to talk about his one-day trip to Israel yesterday, a visit in which he was directly affected by the conflict.
His one-day trip that probably cost millions of dollars in our fucking... and we're bankrupt.
Hamas rockets launched into southern Israel interrupted a Michael Bloomberg event Sunday. Israeli security agents rushed New York's mayor into a shelter for a few minutes until they sounded the all clear. Bloomberg...
You know what? Hamas fucked up. They should have killed Bloomberg. Gotten rid of that problem for New York City. We might have been grateful to them. But you know what? They can't even hit him with a rocket. God, Jesus. You know what? He's there for one day. What fucking business is it of his? What the fuck goes on in Israel? He's the mayor of a fucking city in the United States. What the fuck does he care what happens to fucking Israel? Don't we got fucking Washington to worry about that shit for? What the fuck does he care spending money going down there? What business is it of his? And what the fuck is he gonna do about it? Nothing. They probably knew where he was in the shelter. They just followed the diarrhea trail that came out of his fucking pants.
Was in Israel with Police Commissioner Ray Kelly.
With ex-mafia Commissioner Ray Kelly. This motherfucker's more corrupt than all of the fucking mafias in the world.
Queens Congressman Gary Ackerman
another fat cat.
Support for Israel's military response to Hamas's ongoing rocket attacks. At least 510 Palestinians have been killed in the 10-day-old military campaign.
510 Palestinians in the 10-day-old campaign.
In Gaza, 4 Israelis have died. Hamas?
4 Israelis have died. Let me explain. Every conflict that the Israelis get into, first of all, they're no bullshit warrior race. Okay? They've been there. Anybody who don't believe me, read the Bible. In there it tells you exactly what the Jews are. Okay? Those motherfuckers fight like wild animals to the death. Okay? So, when they go across a border, they're not bullshitting. They're going across with jets, tanks, infantry, and they're going out to kill them. Okay? They're pretty close to the Russian army. Alright? The Russian army, let me tell you, during the Cold War, the Russians didn't want to fuck with them because it would be very embarrassing to them what would happen to them. Okay? They have top of the line technology, everything. Okay? So nobody in that region really stands a chance against them, even combined. All these Arab nations have tried to kick their ass combined and have failed miserably. Okay? So them killing 500 Palestinians to their 4 Jews, hey, that's happened every time they conflict.
Keep sending rockets over. They've been doing it. Israel just started their response a few days ago.
Who cares what you have to say, Bloomberg? We want you out of the office. The New York taxpayer wants you out of the mayor office, okay? You have fucked up every fucking thing. Fucked up everything. We got billions of dollars of deficit next year. Billions. Okay? Because of your fine leadership. You and the blind governor. Okay? Let me tell you something. Get the fuck out of the office. I'm not concerned with any of your opinions.
The conflict in the Middle East reaches Midtown.
Free Palestine! Listen, you Palestinian morons. Okay? You don't want to get into a fight with Israel. Don't throw rockets at them. They can kick your ass. Every time you throw rockets or shoot at them, it happens. They come across that border, they stick their foot so deep up your fucking ass, the UN has to remove it surgically.
Sunday, demonstrations in Times Square and down 42nd Street condemned Israel's military attacks.
Israel's looking for an end game. They want to test the limits. They want to see how much they can kill.
Israel knows how much they could kill. They have one of the most advanced militaries in that region. They have everything the United States have. Everything. And they even improve on it, battle-wise. Okay? They even got better shit. They take the shit we give them and they improve it to make sure they can kill efficiently. Alright? And they know just how to use it.
Now, a variety of protests are scheduled for today as well, from a wide array of viewpoints, by the way. And Bloomberg...
Sure, the Jews will say they attack us, and anti-Semitism, the Palestinians, they're trying to commit genocide to us. This is the oldest story in the fucking history of the world. Okay? So I don't see where the problem is. My problem is, what the fuck is Bloomberg doing down there spending fucking money? He should be here in New York City taking care of our fucking problem. And our problem is he should get the fuck out of the office.
Will be on the radio about a half hour from now talking about his brush with danger and talking about his support for the Israeli military.
His brush with danger. He walked into a fucking shelter. That was his brush with danger? You should have stayed in New York where you belong, fucking asshole.
Military action. We'll have details from that radio interview coming up in the next hour of this broadcast. Reporting live from outside the United Nations, I'm James Ford. Craig and Sukanya.
All right, James, thank you. The UN Secretary General is also calling for Israel to open up the borders to Gaza for shipment and also grain and fuel.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Israeli army says it has sent 80 trucks of humanitarian aid into Gaza.
Yeah, they sent them what? They sent them trucks of matzo balls and shit like that? Trust me, the Israelis are really vicious fucks. They didn't send them jack shit. Okay? And if they did, it ain't worth jack shit to them. Okay? They don't really care. When they go into when you make an enemy of the Israeli military, you got a real motherfucking cocksucker on your ass. Okay? Let me tell you, those Palestinians are stupid. They do this all the fucking time. Every fucking time. For at least 40 years that I know of. They've done the same thing. They got in their ass kicked. The UN has had to step in and pull the foot of the Israeli military out of the PLO's ass. When will they fucking learn? Are you kidding me? They're assholes. Flavio 13 out.